Good day, friends. There's a teaching in the name of the Rebbe the Tzemach Tzedek. When the Torah instructs that ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, we are to love our fellow as ourselves. Really? Can we love someone else as ourselves? What does the Torah really expect? And so, says the Rebbe, the Tzemach Tzedek, that in the same way that when we do something wrong, a mistake, deliberately or unintentionally, but we did something wrong, what do we say to ourselves? We say, you know what, it's not the worst thing in the world. Or we say to ourselves, we should not have done that, we won't do it again, but we can live with ourselves. We make peace with our misdeed. Says the Rebbe, in that case, when you look at another person and you see them doing something wrong, treat them the same way as you treat yourself. How often are we critical of someone else doing something wrong, and for ourselves we're willing to forgive? That's the meaning of loving someone else like yourself. But in that vein, we can also understand the opening verse of this week's Torah portion, when the Torah tells us, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha b'chol she'arecha. You are to establish for yourselves judges and enforcers of the law for yourselves and in all your gates. Now this is written in singular form, lecha and she'arecha. Why would I have the obligation as an individual to set up judges? This is a communal responsibility. Perhaps it's the obligation of the leaders of the community. But why is it written in singular form, that this applies to every single person? There's a beautiful thought by the Toldus Yaakov Yosef, who was a student of the holy Baal Shem Tov, and he says that it's within our nature that we judge other people. That's just the way it is. I think it's within a few seconds of having met someone that we already have an idea in our own mind. We've already judged them on some level, and now they need to prove to us that they're somehow different than what we think. That's human nature. We're always judging people. So, Toldus Yaakov says, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha. When you are judging, you're acting as a judge. Remember lecha. Remember yourself. How would you judge yourself? You would judge yourself favorably. You see someone else do something wrong, and you want to judge them, even in your own mind. How much more so if you're speaking to someone else about what they did? Remember, lecha, judge yourself first. How would you judge yourself? As mentioned, we would judge ourselves favorably. We would find every justification. Well, then do the same for someone else. Have a wonderful Shabbat Shalom.